This is Hawud. I want to apologize to the brother Ahron, Yahudah, and the sister Clemmy. They asked me, I think 3 days ago, to read these scriptures, and I got caught up taking care of some situations that was occurring, you know, with my sons. So Aaron wants me to read Revelation 18, the complete chapter, and Amos 9. And then I'll go to the sister Clemmy, and we'll go from there. All right, so here we go. This is Revelations 18, the fall of Babylon. After this I saw another angel coming down from heaven. His authority was so great that all the earth was lit up by his glory. He cried out in a strong voice, "Fallen, fallen is Babylon the Great. She has become the dwelling place for demons. She is a cage for every unclean spirit, a cage from every filthy and disgusting bird. For she has made all nations drink the poisoned wine of her lewdness. The kings of the earth committed fornication with her, and the world's merchants grew rich from her wealth and wantonness." Then I heard another voice from heaven say, "Depart from her, my people, for fear of sinning with her and sharing the plagues inflicted on her. For her sins have piled up as high as heaven, and the Most High kept count of her crimes. Pay her back as she has paid others. Pay her double for her deeds. Pour into her cup twice the amount she concocted. In proportion to her boasting and sensuality, repay her in torment and grief. For she said to herself, I sit enthroned as a queen. No widow am I, and never will I go into mourning. Therefore her plagues will come at all at once, death and mourning and famine. She shall be consumed by fire, for mighty is the Most High who condemned her." Go back up while I'm reading this, okay? The broom, go ahead. I'll be up there in a second, okay? All right. Sorry about that, y'all. That's my nephew. If I let him come down, he'll just keep asking me questions, so gotta separate him from when I'm doing something. The kings of the earth who committed fornication with her and wallowed in her sensuality will weep and lament over her when they see the smoke arise as she burns. They will keep her distance. They will keep her. Okay, my fault. Go back to that. They will keep their distance for fear of the punishment inflicted on her, and will say, "Alas, alas, great city that you are, Babylon the mighty. In a single hour your doom has come." The merchants of the world will weep and mourn over her too, for there will be no more market for their imports. Their cargoes of gold and silver, precious stones and pearls, fine linen and purple garments, silk and scarlet cloth, fragrant wood of every kind, all sorts of ivory pieces and expensive wooden furniture, bronze, iron, and marble, cinnamon and ammonium, perfumes, myrrh and frankincense, wine and olive oil, fine flour and grain, cattle and sheep, horses and carriages, slaves and human lives. The fruit your appetite craved has deserted you. All your luxury and splendor are gone. You shall never find them again. The merchants who deal in these goods who grew rich from business with the city will keep their distance for fear of the punishment afflicted on her. Weeping and mourning, they cry out, Alas, alas, the great city, dressed in fine linen, and purple and scarlet adorned, all in gold, and jewels, and pearls. In a single hour, this great wealth has been destroyed. Every captain and navigator, all sailors and seafaring men, when stood at a distance and cried out, when they saw the smoke go up as the city burned to the ground. What city could have compared with this great one? They poured dust on their heads and cried out, weeping and mourning, Alas, alas, the great city in which all ship owners grew rich. From their profitable trade with her, in a single hour, her destruction have come about. Rejoice over her, you heavens, you saints, apostles, and prophets, for the Most High has excited punishment from her on your account. A powerful angel picked up a stone like a huge millstone and hurled it into the sea and said, Babylon, the great city, shall be cast down like this with violence and never more be found. No tunes of the harpists and minstrels, the flutes and the trumpeters shall never again be heard in you. No craftsman in any trade shall ever again be found in you. No sound of the millstone shall ever again be heard in you. No light from a burning lamp shall ever be shine out of you. No voices of bride and groom shall ever again be heard in you, because your merchants were the world's nobility. You led all nations astray by your sorcery. In her was found the blood of the prophets and the saints, and of all who were slain on the earth. All right. So that was that one for you, my brother. Now I'm gonna go to Amos for you and read that. All right. Let me find it real quick. Gotcha. So it's Amos 9. Alright, so this is Amos 9 for the brother Ahron Yahudah. Vision of the altar. I saw the Most High standing beside the altar, and he said, Strike the bases so that the door jambs tottered, till you break them off on the heads of them all. Those who are left I will slay with the sword, not one shall flee. No survivor shall escape, though they break through to the netherworld. Oh, read that again. Though they break through to the netherworld, even from there my hand shall bring them out. Though they climb to the heavens, I will bring them down. Though they hide on the summit of Carmel, there too I will hunt them out and take them away. Though they hide from my gaze, in the bottom of the sea. I will command the serpent there to bite them. Though they are led in captivity by their enemies, there will be a command, the sword to slay them. I will flex. I will fix my gaze upon them for evil and not for good. I, the Most High, power of hosts, I melt the earth with my touch, so that all who dwell on it mourn. While it all rises up like the Nile and settle back like the river of Egypt, I have built heaven, my upper chambers, and established my vault over the earth. I summon the waters of the sea and pour them out upon the surface of the earth. I, the Most High, by name, are you. Are you not like the Ethiopians to me, O men of Israel, say the Most High? Did I not bring the Israelites from the land of Egypt, as I brought the Philistines from Captor, and the Armenians, Arameans, sorry y'all, from Ker? The eyes of the Most High are on this sinful kingdom. I will destroy it from off the face of the earth. Epilogue. But I will not destroy the house of Jacob completely. He said completely, so that means he's going to destroy us, says the Most High. For see, I have given the command to sift the house of Israel among all the nations, as one sifts with a sieve, letting no pebble fall to the ground. By the sword shall all sinners among my people die. Those who say evil will not reach or overtake us. On that day I will rise up, the falling hut of David. I will wall up its breaches, raise up its ruins, and rebuild it as in the days of old, that they may conquer what is left of Edom, and all the nations that shall bear my name say, I, the Most High, who will do this? Yes, days are coming, says the Most High, when the plowman shall overtake the reaper, and the vintager him who sows the seed. The juice of grapes shall drip down the mountains, and all the hills shall run with it. I will bring out the restoration of my people Israel. They shall rebuild and inhabit their ruined cities, plant vineyards, and drink the wine, set out gardens, and eat the fruits. I will plant them upon their own ground. Never again shall they be plucked from the land I have given them, says the Most High, your power. Okay, y'all. So that tell you right there, for everybody that don't think that our people's gonna get killed, I'll tell you right there. Most High's gonna kill a lot of our people too. And that's what's happening right now. This is why you see a lot of our brothers and sisters dying from the coronavirus, because he's calling, but they're not listening. They don't want to hear it. So, to each his own. That's what you want to do. That's your problem. No, I ain't saying I'm perfect or nothing, but I don't have a problem with repenting the right way. Not just saying, oh, I'm sorry, and then, no, I ain't got time for that. All right, so that was for the brother Ahron, Yahudah. Now this is for the sister Clemmy. She wants to hear Ezekiel 34. All right. So let me find that for her. 8:49. This is Ezekiel 34, right? Here we go. Right here. All right, this is for the sister Clemmy. Oh, and we got another sister. I'm sorry, particular joy too. Oh, not particular, peculiar joy. I'll do hers next. Ezekiel 34, parable of the shepherds. Thus the word of the Most High came to me, Son of man, prophesy against the shepherds of Israel. In these words prophesy to them, to the shepherds. Thus says the Most High, woe to the shepherds of Israel who have been pasturing themselves. Should not shepherds rather pasture sheep? That don't sound good, and that just sound like them churches where you taking people money and you taking care of yourself. You have fed off their milk, worn their wool, and slaughtered their fatlings. That's exactly, see that? Wow, that's exactly what it meant, what I said. You sitting there, you preaching about money, but you're taking their money and not even helping nobody. You know, you worrying about yourself instead of the people. That's sad. But the sheep you have not pastured. You did not strengthen the weak, nor heal the sick, nor bind up the injured. You did not bring back the strayed, nor seek the lost, but you lorded it over them harshly and brutally. Yep, they nice cars and all that craziness they be doing. So they were scattered for lack of a shepherd and became food for all the wild beasts. Talking about these nations. My sheep were scattered and wandered over all the mountains and high hills. My sheep were scattered over the whole earth, with no one to look after them or to search for them. Okay, that right there. So we know we were already scattered. So he just said, no one looked after us and nobody searched for us. So where is this saying that this, what y'all call the son or whatever, he sent these 12 disciples to go and search for us, where it clearly say nobody searched for us, not one person. I'm gonna keep going. Therefore, shepherds, hear the word of the Most High, as I live, says my fault, the Most High, because my sheep have been given over to pillage, and because my sheep have become food for every wild beast, for lack of a shepherd, because my shepherds did not look after my sheep, but pastured themselves, and did not pasture my sheep. Because of this, shepherds, hear the word of the Most High. Thus says the Most High, I swear I am coming against these shepherds. I will claim my sheep from them and put a stop to their shepherding my sheep, so that they may no longer pasture themselves. I will save my sheep, that they may no longer be food for their mouths. Thus, for thus says the Most High, I myself will look after and tend my sheep. Right there. So he's telling you, nobody came look for us or tended for us. He said he's going to come and do it himself. So if you send somebody, that don't mean you're doing it yourself. When somebody said they're going to do something themselves, it means they're going to physically do it themselves. So all this, these 12 disciples went looking for us and all that, whatever. They tell you clear as day, nobody came looking for us. The Most High say he's going to do it. Think about that. All right. I will save my sheep, that they may no longer be food for their mouths. Oh, wait, I already read that. Okay. As a shepherd tends his flock when he finds himself among his scattered sheep, so will I tend my sheep. I will rescue them from every place where were scattered when it was cloudy and dark. You hear that? So where did somebody look for us? If he's saying that he's going to do it and we're still scattered. I will lead them out from among the peoples and gather them from the foreign lands. I will bring them back to their own country. Not a little block in the middle of a desert. Yeah. And pasture them upon the mountains of Israel. In the lands, ravens and all its inhabitant places. All right. Where was I at? Okay. In good pastures I pasture them, and on the mountain heights of Israel shall their grazing ground. There they shall lie down on good grazing ground, and in rich pastures shall they be pastured on the mountains of Israel. It's not a lot of mountains in that land they call Israel over there. More like hills. I myself will pasture my sheep. I myself will give them rest, says the Most High. The lost I will seek out, the stray I will bring back, the injured I will bind up, the sick I will heal. But the slick and the strong I will destroy. Yeah, shepherding them rightly. As for you, my sheep, says the Most High, I will judge between one sheep and another, between rams and goats. Was it not enough for you to graze on the best pastures, that you had to trample the rest of your pastures with your feet? Was it not enough for you to drink the clearest water, that you had to fool the remainder for your feet with your feet? Thus my sheep had to graze on with your feet, had trampled and drunk what your feet had fouled. Therefore, thus says the Most High, now will I judge between fat and the lean sheep, because you push with side and shoulder, and butt all the weak sheep with your horns until you have driven them out. I will save my sheep so that they may no longer be despoiled, and I will judge between one sheep and another. I will appoint one shepherd over them to pasture them, my servant David, not Jesus, not Yahushua, not Yahushua, not Yahuwah, whatever these names you're coming up with, all those names. He shall pasture them and be their shepherd. I, the Lord, will be their God, and my servant David shall be prince among them. I, the Lord, have spoken it. Okay, so, okay, we got a problem, because if David is going to be their prince, their shepherd over them, right? Okay. He didn't say my son is going to do it. He didn't say I'm going to send my son. He's saying, again, I'm going to read it again. I will appoint one shepherd over them to pasture them, my servant David, not Jesus, not all those names. He shall pasture them and be their shepherd. I, the Most High, will be their God. So, okay, then that means we have one power, one shepherd, right? Not two powers and two shepherds. And my servant David shall be prince among them. Among them. among them, I, the Most High, have spoken. I will make a covenant of peace with them, and rid the country of ravenous beasts, that they may dwell securely in the desert and sleep in the forest. Show me a forest over there in that other Jerusalem. Show me a forest. There is none. I will place them about my hill, sending rain in due seasons, rains that shall be a blessing to them. The trees of the field shall bear their fruits, and the land its crops, and they shall dwell securely on their own soil. Thus they shall know that I am the Most High, when I break the bonds of their yokes and free them from the power of those who enslave them. They shall no longer be despoiled by the nations, and devoured by beasts of the earth, but shall dwell secure with no one to frighten them. I will prepare for them peaceful fields for planting. They shall no longer be carried off by famine in the land, or bear the reproaches of the nations. And then we got another problem. Over there where they said as Israel, every nation isn't living there. Every nation's living here. Thus they shall know that I am the Most High, am their power, and they are my people, the house of Israel, says the Most High. You, my sheep, you are the sheep of my pastures, and I am your power, says the Most High. Okay. Yeah. There's no forests over there in that so-called Jerusalem, which was named Jerusalem in 1948. So that's not even the name of that land. I need to look that up too. All right, so this is Peculiar Joy. She wants to hear Daniel 9 and 12. Get that. Okay, Danielle, where are you, buddy? Mm-hmm. Right there. Alright, here we go. This is for Peculiar Joy. Daniel 12. And at that time there shall arise Michael, the great prince, guardian of your people. It shall be a time surpassed in distress, since nations began until that time. At that time your people shall escape, everyone who is found written in the book. Many of those who slept, or who sleep in the dust of the earth, shall awake. Some shall live forever, others shall be an everlasting horror and disgrace. Wow. But the wise shall shine brightly like the splendor of the firmament, and those who lead the many. All right, I want y'all to hear this part, because this is serious. It says, but the wise shall shine brightly like the splendor of the firmament. Listen. And those who lead the many to justice shall be like the stars forever. Okay, so all that, save yourself, worry about yourself, that's not what they're saying. It says those who lead many. So, of course, you do what you're supposed to do with you, but at the same time, you want to try to wake up as many of your brothers and sisters as possible. As for you, Daniel, keep secret the message and seal the book until the end time. Many shall fall away, and evil shall increase. Daniel looked and saw two others, one standing on either bank of the river. One of them said to the man clothed in linen, who was upstream. How long shall it be to the end of these appalling things? The man clothed in linen, who was upstream, lifted up his right and left hand to heaven, and I heard him swear by him who lives forever that it should be for a year, 2 years, and a half a year, and that when the power of the destroyer of the holy people was brought to an end, all these things shall end. The destroyer is these nations. This is the destroyer. The white nation, the European nation. They are the destroyer. If you notice, that's all they do is destroy. Okay. I heard, but I did not understand. So I asked, my Lord, what follows this? Go, Daniel, he said, because the words are to be kept secret and sealed until the end time. Many shall be refined, purified, and tested, but the wicked shall prove wicked. None of them shall have understanding, but the wise shall have it. From the time that the daily sacrifice is abolished and the horrible abomination is set up, Jesus, there shall be 1,290 days. Blessed is the man who has patience and preserves until 1,335 days. So I found, I can't remember the year though, but I found that the church, the Catholic Church, they put a papal bull in, I can't remember what year. I think it was in the 9 or 1000. But when I did the math, it literally added up to this number when they put this papal bull in. I'm gonna find it again, and I thought I did a video on it. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna find it again, and I'm gonna try to bring it out. I'm gonna bring it out so everything will add up. Okay, so it says, "Go take your rest. You shall rise for your reward at the end of days." All right, so that's that for everybody. I read every scripture everybody wanted to hear. So I'll tell y'all this one. So last night I was asleep, and all I know is I know when I got up it was around like 4 o'clock in the morning. So I was asleep, and I felt someone put their hand across my chest and grabbed me by the bottom part of my jaw and turned my face to the left because I was laying down. So it was weird because I know I wasn't up, but I wasn't asleep either. I was in between, I was still in my body, but I couldn't move. So, and then I started hearing, you remember back in the day when you had the two-way radio, you would be turning stations, you hear that type thing. It's like a frequency, right? That's what I heard. And whoever had me by my face, I couldn't see them. They wouldn't let me turn my face to see them. And they were strong too. So at first, I knew what was going on. I already knew. I said, okay, here we go again, right? So, because remember, I told y'all my dreams, they used to jump on me all the time. So so as they holding on to me, or it, I was talking to it. I said, what do you want? But it never said nothing. It was just making this frequency. So, I tried to turn, I couldn't turn. So then I calmed myself down because I don't like being held down. That really, it drives me crazy. I don't like nobody holding me down or holding me somewhere. That drives me nuts. So I calmed down. I prayed. Right? I prayed. So then, after I prayed, I think, I don't know the time, but I tried again. So then I got anxious and upset because it wouldn't let me go. And I just kept hearing this static. And I just started yelling the Most High name, but I call the Most High. The name I call on is Yahudah. So I yelled it. And when I yelled it, it echoed like Like it kept saying his name, like, you know, like I was in some space or something, like an open space, but I couldn't see nothing. But well, I'm not gonna say I couldn't see nothing. I can tell, I could see where I was at. I could see what I was laying on. I could see all that, but I couldn't see what had me. But I knew where I was in, where I, you know, where I was asleep at. So and when I called, it was when my voice echoed. It was loud, then it got lower, then it got lower, then it got lower, then it got lower. So it felt like I was in some type of chamber, but I was where I was at. And when I did that, I could tell it started losing strength, right? So I started turning my head, trying to, I'm fighting now, so I'm start turning my head, and I wasn't scared though, but I was more irritated than anything. So, but when I did that, I was able to start moving, and I jumped up, right? And when I jumped up like I woke up, and I was really mad, and I said, I start calling it a coward. I was like, where you at? Show yourself. Like now I'm sitting up on the bed, and I'm like, show yourself. Where are you? You keep, you keep sneaking up when I'm asleep. Like it was weird. I was just like going in on this thing, and I was like, I know you in here. Where are you? So I text the sister, me and her talk all the time or whatever. We read scripts and stuff. So I text her, tell her what happened. And so I say, all right. I sat up for like 10 minutes. Then I said, all right, I'm going to go back to sleep now. So before I lay down, I prayed. I asked the Most High, I said, can you take this thing out of my house? Get it out of here, Because it was really irritating. I mean, because it's like, after you go through these things so many times, it's just not, when it first happens, it's scary. But then after a while, it's more like, why you keep bothering me, But I haven't had a problem, something like that happened to me for a couple years, So, but it's funny because I knew exactly what it was, So, I went back to sleep and everything was fine, but after that, but just to, let y'all know, maybe some of y'all had that problem before too. But I know that it's not no, what they call a sleeping problem or whatever. Nah, that was something had me by my face. I felt it. Its hands on my jaw and its arm on my chest. I knew something had me. Something was holding on to me or whatever. And it could have been for something else. I don't know, but something had me. So just wanted to let y'all know about that one. That was last night or early this morning. All right, y'all. Shalom, shalom, shalom. All right.